So hi, I'm Professor Bill Chaplin. I'm a Professor of Astrophysics at the University of Birmingham. I study stars, and I also as well have an interest in studying stars that host exoplanets. So we're also involved in the search for planets around other stars in our galaxy. Most of the work that we do is actually focused on measuring natural resonances of the stars. So it turns out the Sun and other stars like the Sun in our galaxy are resonating just like musical instruments because they have sound trapped inside them. Stars are basically big balls of gas, but the sound that's trapped inside, just like the sound in a musical instrument, makes them resonate, and we're able to detect these resonances because they make the stars gently breathe in and out or oscillate. My interest in collaborating with Rudy and Julia has come through actually an interest I've had for several years in collaborating with artists, and in particular trying to explore how artists and scientists can actually influence each other's practice. It's quite often easier to demonstrate how a scientist can influence an artist's practice, maybe through the artist using the scientist's results for inspiration. But something we're very interested in exploring is seeing how Rudy and Julia's work can actually inform what I'm doing. So how can the art actually influence our work as well? So today's been fantastic. We actually had Rudy and Julia visit us on campus at the University of Birmingham, and so they were there to speak with me and some of my research team as well. And this was not only to interact with us and hear a bit more about the actual detail of the research that we're doing into stars and exoplanets, but also to discuss as well the methodology of, how do we go about doing our research? What are the steps that we follow? And how is that, what commonalities are there between the processes that we follow and the creative process that an artist follows as well? Because in some sense, even though it might not seem this way, science can be a very creative process too. And then this afternoon, I've come back to their studio where I am now, and here what we've done is to look at a couple of specific types of observations of stars, one of the Sun, one of stars generally, and to actually see if the dancers can actually incorporate that into little snippets of the stuff that they're working on. The pulsations of stars and the fact that stars don't just breathe in and out, the motion can be quite complex. And so we're exploring whether or not 5 dancers could actually capture the essence of that, and the fact it's not just the surface of the star, but the whole inside of the star that's doing that as well. And yeah, it was great to be able to see 5 dancers doing that rather than me just trying to do it with my pair of hands. So the collaboration that we have is actually something that's going to be very much long-term. We've been interacting with each other now for about 1.5 years, and the intention is to make this a very, very long-term thing. But in the first instance, over the next few months, we're concentrating on Rudy and Julia's next piece, Taurus, and how we can help that with our interaction. The intention is to do much more activity like we've done today, having Rudy and Julia visit us and vice versa. And the idea then will be that working on specific aspects of our observation, seeing if we can actually use that as inspiration to incorporate and build passages of Taurus. That will be the focus of the work over the coming months.